What's up, guys? We are here in Archeage Unchained on the media test server. It's September 28th, and everything is, of course, subject to change. But this is our first look at Archeage Unchained and what's going on in the marketplace. So we get a look at here. There's only 2 tabs now. They've redesigned this. There used to be a whole bunch of tabs. You used to be able to buy other things like the Guild of Stars and such in here instead of going to Mirage. So we don't know if they're going to put those things back in here. But yeah, there was a lot more tabs when I was playing Archeage before. Now we're down to just 2 things, Diligent Coins and Credit Only. Underneath there's several different tabs. We'll go through the Credit Only shop right now because that's the big thing. So first page says Consumables. You got the Archeum, the Premium Pass, the Arc Pass, 1,500 credits. That is equivalent to $10, they've said. Over here, this one is, I believe, just for the media/public test server testing. This is a premium upgrade ticket because they want people to test the Arc Pass and they don't expect you to buy it. This should not be in the actual retail version. You're not going to be able to pay gold to bypass, paying Gamigo and XL Games. So this will not be there, to my understanding. Again, all this stuff is subject to change. One big note is that people were really whining and complaining that this has a sell price of $37.50, meaning that essentially Gamigo is selling gold, but they've already stated that this is just placeholder, that's an error, it's going to get fixed. But this comes into the thing of like, this is why it's on the public test server. This is why we have, 2 weeks now. 2 weeks to test this stuff and find things that have slipped through the cracks, because this could be a massive exploit that people really bitch and whine and complain about. If the game were to go live with this and it slipped through the cracks, you would have potential whales that bought hundreds of thousands of credits, spending tens of thousands of dollars, and then selling these to the NPCs for just pure infinite gold, just pure raw gold. So it would be every $10 would equate to $37.50. And even if it was only one person that did that for $10,000 or so, they would have an influx of gold, which could significantly damage the economy and damage the perception of the game and make it pay to win. So this is something that thankfully has been caught already and will be changed for the release. This is not going to have a sell price of $37.50. It might have a sell price of 50 silver or 1 copper. Who knows? It might have a sell price of 0. We'll find out. But yes, this will definitely be changed. Then we have some instruments. The other thing that stood out to me about the cash shop here is that the prices are really, really high. I read somewhere that if you have just the basic pack, the $26 pack, you get like 700 credits, but there's nothing in the cash shop that you can buy. So your most expensive costume right now is 5,850 credits, which that equates to a roughly $40, a little bit less than $40 on the high end, I think. Then you have several other costumes. So surprisingly, for a game that's been out for 5 years, there's actually not that many costumes to buy in the cash shop right now. I would have thought there would be a lot more costumes. So there's literally 3 pages and then there's 1 on the last. And each page holds 8 costumes. So there's only 8 times 3 is 24, 25 costumes for sale. That's a very, very small amount of costumes, in my opinion. Then we have some battle pets, which this threw me for a loop for a while, because you read battle pets and it's not a battle pet. It is actually just a pet that does nothing. It's a house pet. They're docile and they're incapable of fighting. So they definitely need to adjust the text there and make it house pets, not battle pets. Because none of these guys are battle pets. They don't fight. Unless one has slipped through the crack and it actually is a battle pet, but I don't think so. All these are just basic pets. And yeah, this is cool. They actually have 4 pages of pets. So they have more pets than there is costumes. available, which it's kind of mind-blowing because I would imagine there's a lot of different costumes that they could be selling. So I would think that they would want to beef up the costume market. But hey, a lot of pets are cool. I mean, just slight different variations. You know, a Yada with a hood, messenger brown Yada, basic brown Yada, pacified brown Yada. So not too much alteration. So maybe that's why maybe these are just simple and easy to adjust and scan. We have gliders, and there's only 2 glider customizations on here. So they're not actually gliders, and they are just customizations. You're going to have to fusion. And they are quite expensive. They're roughly 6,000 credits, which is roughly, again, $40, a little bit less. Very, very expensive. This is all subject to change, but it's quite interesting. The cash shop is very, very bare, and that's a good thing. That there's not any like pay-to-win stuff. Everything in here is bound, but there's just not that much stuff in here. Like Archeage has a lot of stuff and a lot of cosmetics and a lot of things, and there's just like mind-blowing amount of things in this game, especially when you look at the folio and things that you're crafting, things that you're making, cash shop items that they've sold over the last 5 years. There's a ton of things, and there's not that much. Like, where did it all go? Come on, like, don't they want to make money? Put more stuff in the cash shop. They'll sell more things. So like this is cool though. It's got a elk plushie bundle. Allows you to select one of the following plushies. It literally, I guess I put like all their plushies in there, and then it's like, okay, just pick one. Choose which one you want. Hopefully, when you purchase it, you can actually get a preview of what it looks like. If not, then just use Google and search. So yeah, so that's it for the cash shop, guys. That is all it's in the cash shop. The other thing here is the Outer World storage chest that is bound. This is kind of interesting. It's a inventory slot roughly. It's like 100 slots that you can put in your house for as an extra bank. But they're not selling character slots. Like, you cannot actually buy more inventory slots. There's no inventory slots in here in the cash shop, which I thought they definitely would be selling inventory slots because it is in the Founders Packs. So in the Founders Packs, you actually get inventory expansion scrolls. None in the basic one. You get one in the the $50 one, and you get 2 in the $80 one. Very interesting. So like, expand bag, you need the scroll. You need the bound expansion scroll. I found that this bound expansion scroll is actually in the Diligence store. So we'll take a look at the Diligence coin here. So these are your new dailies that you're going to get that are taking the place of kind of just like your login bonus and the login tracker and the loyalty tokens. So all that stuff is gone. There's no loyalty tokens anymore. They're, as you can see, it's still here in the game, but you're not going to get it in Archeage Unchained. But they are all still keeping the Archeage free-to-play version. So like you're going to have this. When we're playing Unchained, we're going to have this loyalty token tab. And it's always going to be at 0 because we don't have those. But they're going to need it there for Archeage free-to-play. So in the Diligence coin, we, again, don't fully know how we're going to get these yet. There are quests. We don't necessarily know exactly how much the quests are going to give. It's still in flux a little bit. And they did say the Diligence coin and the Diligence pass, the Arc passes, are going to change a few times, probably over the PTS. So they are still actively working on that stuff. So again, all in flux, all subject to change. But here, there's a lot of stuff in these stores, and you can see there's a lot of little tabs here, and we already have 6 pages. That's a lot more than anything that is in the credit shop. The credit shop max had 4 pages. And most of the things had 1. We have a couple things, and a lot of people will be crying about this because it's the Power Stone pet. They said there's going to be no Power Stone pets at launch. But this one actually has lost its power, so it doesn't have any skills or abilities. It's just the skin. So people can calm down about that. There's a lot of other things too. So a lot of mounted things. I remember this, bunny rabbit thing. Like, they were good. They had abilities, like, you know, people liked them. They had special things. They jumped. You could get into different locations easier, or unaccessible locations with these, you know, mounts. So they had special things. 140 probably seems reasonable, but again, we don't know. We have 400 here for gliders, or at least this one, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure on these, because a lot of these are new gliders that I've never seen or heard of, since I played Archeage for the first like 1 to 3 years or so, maybe 1 to 4. But then you have other gliders that are 150 or 200, and they have like different abilities and different skills on them. So this has different stats as well, like high, moderate. This one's all high, special skills. So I'm not sure, like, I know people were saying that gliders are very, very important, and certain ones are, you know, like essential for PvP. Pricing, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if any of these pricings are out of whack. Like if this one is like desperately needed for PvP, for example, it shouldn't be 150. It should be like, you know, 400. It should be the most expensive one. If this one is just garbage and just a skin, it should be like 150. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to change that, but voice your feedback on this stuff so then they can see the complaints and issues, and maybe we can adjust things in the game before it goes live. That's what the public test server is supposed to do. We're supposed to be able to give our feedback, and then XL Games is potentially going to action on that. And with 2 weeks for public testing, there's a good chance that we can actually get things changed and adjusted. So we'll see just how open and willing they are to work on things and changing. So quite a few gliders. Next up we have this. I remember this, the Wing Love paddle boat. We have the Lonely Isle dinghy. Remember that as well. We got some, it looks like battle pets here now. So we actually have battle pets. 50, which I think this one might have been like a special one. I do remember you got free battle pets in the game fairly early on. It's around like level like 20 or something. You picked up like a free battle pet. But it looks like there's a whole bunch of battle pets here that you can pick up for 50 diligent coins. You have the Armageddon stuff, pet armor. You have more pet armor. This is specifically for rabbits. More pet gear. And so this is where they moved over like the plushie pets. Plushie pets were actually very important in Archeage originally because they were able to equip items that improved your crafting abilities. And those things are still in the game as well. So we have items like this, the unidentified superior hook. And then when you equip it to your plushie pet, it gives you 7,500 proficiency in larceny. So it improves your larceny proficiency for I mean, before it used to be credits and now it's a diligence tokens. And 100 seems to be quite large. And you actually need to buy the pet too, so that's 60. So you need 160 to get, you know, a proficiency boost of 7,500. There's also a few other things. So I don't remember if max HP was the max HP for the plushie or max HP for you. If it was for you, it definitely is pretty important. Again, I don't remember if 2,500 is a lot of HP. We can scroll over here, right at level 5, our health is 1,000. So it would seem that 2,500 would be a lot, but again, I don't remember the scale of how it grows once you get to, you know, max level, and then the ancestral levels as well. Like, I don't remember the scale, and again, I don't remember if these HP one specifically goes for the pets or it increases the hero, you know, your personal HP. It should increase the pet's HP, but I don't think they take damage because they're just cosmetic looking things that follow you. But yeah, so please let me know down below if you know that increases your character's HP or the pet's HP. Then we also have right here, we have the alchemy one. This was probably the most significant of the equipment items before in Archeage, is because alchemy was required to craft a lot of things. Like you needed pigments, and pigments required 10,000 proficiency or 20,000 proficiency. So it required a lot of work and alchemy in the first coming days, spending all your labor to get that proficiency. And then there was actually, cash up item to increase your proficiency by 7,500, and that was a lot. That this was a game changer that people didn't realize before. Now it's in this diligence coin, and it costs 100. So we don't know how long it's going to take to get 100 diligence coins. By the time that you actually get them, it might not be worthwhile. It might not be significant at all. We're just going to have to find out and see how easy it is to get the coins. Then there's also one for cooking as well. Another max HP, max HP. The pacifier was something that I liked as well because I did a lot of production tasks. So those would be like processing, wood and stuff like that. Just little tasks that you AFK, but a 5% reduction helped things up. So like instead of having to AFK for 5 hours when you're burning all your labor, now you just AFK for 4 hours. Time is definitely valuable in this game, and it's something that you have to factor in when you're doing things. So move speed also was one that was pretty important. Being able to move 3% faster is a nice little bonus. But so if you are using this to run around the world, definitely move speed helps. But like for PvP and interaction like that, you're going to probably want a different kind of pet out, not one of these that doesn't fight. So for PvP, this shouldn't have much impact, but just moving around and like if you could get 100 diligent coins really quick and really easy, and 160 because you need to buy the pet, this would help you significantly be 3% faster when you're running to mobs and running the quest and traveling the world. So that 3% is pretty significant actually in the early game when you don't have teleport locations and you can't fly and warp everywhere. This other one here, underwater gathering time, 5%. Not that important because underwater gathering is not that important. At least it wasn't before. But yeah, any stat increase was a nice thing to have. Swim speed, 3%. Not as important as move speed. And growth. So growth, we have, this is cool too because so there's so much stuff in here. People are going to be competing over what to spend their diligence tokens on. Like me, I saw a lot of things in there that I like because I'm more of a economy-based person, someone who sits in farms and grows things and plays the auction house. Those pets or something that I kind of want. But now we look over in growth, we have more combat-related things. We have labor regeneration, which is again something that I'm going to want. These bound labor recharges are going to store 1,000 server labor, which is the new labor pool. If we scroll down here, we'll notice that we're at 0 of 0 because everything is bugged. But we don't know yet if the server labor regenerates on its own or if it only regenerates with these recharges. The assumption is that it only regenerates with the recharges. It's a bonus labor pool. But again, we can't confirm this because the labor is bugged. So we'll have to see in a few days. Hopefully they fix this sooner rather than later because it's really, really annoying and just cripples the game with labor not working. So you got 2 there for 10 diligence coins. It seems very, very cheap. You can actually restore 10,000 labor points a day. So if you get enough of these, you can restore 10,000 labors. And it's not like every one gives you 1,000. The restoration rate, if you look down at the very bottom of the tooltip there, it says it starts off at 125%. Which means the first time you use it, you should be getting 1,250 labor, and then it decreases over time. And there's a chart from Korea. I can try and link that for you guys and put it down below. And then it goes all the way down to a 0% reduction. So after I think it was the 15th time that you used labor recharges, you got next to nothing in labor. And again, the max is 10,000 bonus labor. You can store 3,000 labor per day in this special pool, and you're always going to be using this pool first, is what it says here. So it's like a bonus sub labor pool. This will be very important. Labor is the heart and soul of Archeage. It affects every system in the game. So having a way to get labor is good. It's bound, so you cannot trade it to other people. There's no way that I found so far to find unbound labor charges. We have bound Luxy elixirs, drop rate increases, we have vocation bag increases. So these potions have been in Archeage since the beginning. They were normally just buy from Cash Shop, but now it's all here in the Diligence coins. And some of these are very important, like the loot potion, pretty important when you're farming mobs. The vocation could potentially be important. We'll take a look at the vocation shop in another video, because this is already running quite long on the Cash Shop only. And I don't want to just have an hour video of all these shops, but I do want to cover every video, every shop that there is, and so you guys can take a look and voice your concerns on. So yeah, so like these buffs are somewhat important to certain people. Nui's Favor, which is something, honor points for 30 minutes, so you can't lose honor points. Tempering Charm, use it to increase tempering 1.5 times. So this one is not bound. This is kind of interesting. So like everything is bound, but this one is not bound. Yeah, it's not everything in this shop is bound. And you got your regrade charms, which I've heard that aren't really used much anymore. They're very expensive, so it's kind of confusing. Like if they're not very important to the game anymore, why are they so expensive in the shop? We'll have to wait and see what happens in the economy with weapons and armors. But I think most people are going to be going and using the Haram gear, which doesn't use those regrade system. So then now we have luxury stuff. Heal XP when you die. Prevent XP loss. Snowflake. Sand. Growth ticket. So here is the expansion scrolls finally, and it's 50 for one expansion scroll. So 50 diligent tokens get you 10 inventory slots. So this might actually mean the larger packs are very, very important. Getting the expansion scrolls there. It might increase the value of that expansion scroll. If these diligent tokens are hard to get, or like there's just other things that are a higher priority for you, yeah, you might really be struggling with 50 inventory slots. Because so far that's the only way to get those inventory slots. There's no other way that I've seen to get them. So Wagon upgrade, family name change, it's 100. That's quite expensive. So I like, again, we need to find out how easy it is to get these, because these values seem to be quite high now. Gender swap is 80. Speedboat upgrade ticket 150. Guild name change is 400. That's a ton of these things. There's a lot of complaints on this, and this allows you to actually bypass proficiency requirements, and they're pretty much saying they're going to take this out, like, because this would ruin the economy. And yeah, there's a system that they have in the free-to-play version which allows you to do like workers request on bulletin boards, and then like you can just use this, and this will help you, like, oh, I don't have the proficiency to do it, I can just complete the reward, do it, pay the fee, and yeah, there you go. And it's only 5. It's really, really cheap. So like, this is something that people have already spotted and have made a big complaint about, and rightfully so. Yeah, it would be very, very crippling to the economy just to be like bypass all of the proficiency requirements for 5 diligence tokens too. Like, if anything, if they really wanted to keep it in, it would have to be a lot of diligent tokens, not 5. 5, I mean, even if you get like 3 a day, like 5 is still very easy to get. You definitely should probably be getting more than 3 a day, because look, you got bound eco-friendly fuel, and if I remember correctly, back in the old version of Archeage, eco-friendly fuel was like 5 credits. It was very, very cheap. It was something that you could just buy fairly easily with credits, and yeah, we got tax certs here, and they are bound, so you can't like go spamming, which this is going to be important because you're going to need tax certs. Like, if they had no way to buy tax certs, you would be screwed, because in the beginning you need a deposit to put down your land. So you're going to have to, if you're trying to grab land in the first week, you're going to have to spend a lot of your diligence coins on buying tax certs so you can place down your properties. We'll touch upon this in another video and show you why exactly. But yeah, it's very important. So 10 must be pretty easy to get, because you're only actually getting, it looks like, 1 tax cert. And you need a lot of tax certs. Like, you need hundreds of tax certs a week generally if you have a couple properties. So 10 diligence coins should be really easy to get. Should be. Fingers crossed. Like, if they did any proper balancing on these prices, 10 should be very easy to get just based on the fact of the tax cert price. But so going back to the old version of Archeage, if I remember correctly, this building management title was 300 credits. So not too expensive. And yeah, like these prices just don't compare over there. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if they did proper numbers. They just picked a random number, but like, here you go. We're going to throw these numbers and see what sticks. So definitely point out your feedback. This thing's only 2, so this is, I believe, the cheapest in the shop. And once again, in the old server, it was like 2 or 3 credits also. It was very, very cheap to buy that. And salon certificate. So housing stuff. So okay, here's a good example. We have the Outer World storage chest. You can buy this for diligent coin and also credits. So they're comparing this as 180 here, and I believe as credits it's 1675. So it's roughly 10 credits per 1 diligence coin, roughly, a little bit less. Display, and then a whole bunch of cosmetic things. Permanent personal owl post, parapost. So these things aren't bound, it looks like. These things you can buy and sell to other people, but there might not be that much of a market for. Some of these things, yeah, people may not want to spend their diligence coins on these. UCC items. The Crest Brainstorm, which is needed for everything and anything. Very cheap. They're 5. You got soap, dye tickets, gliders that are 300. And those are glider skins, not actual gliders. Just making a note there for you guys. But yeah, so like maybe if you're a player and like you want PvE activities, you don't have the diligence coins to buy your UCC stuff because you're using it for pets and for housing things, and so now you have to use your gold to buy them from someone else, or have an alt that is specifically just using them for UCC image items. Like, I don't think that you can bound everything in this store. We'll see what they end up deciding. And then now we have event. This is where they put the Halloween stuff, which is kind of surprising. They didn't actually sell it. They're not putting it in the credit only store. So these kind of special cosmetics that you can only get for a certain period of time, looks like they're going to be available for diligence coins, which is cool. But again, it's another thing that's competing for your diligence coins, and that you're going to have to spend them very wisely. And if these things are all end up being bound, it's going to be a bloodbath on what you spend this stuff for. There's a coffin, which gives you more labor. So we'll have to figure out if it's better just to craft a bed, or if this is a good value for your diligence coins. Warehouse. And yeah, that is it here for the marketplace. Sorry for the long video. I expected it to be a lot shorter than this, but there's a lot to cover, a lot of information here. Thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you guys later.